Welcome to my first ever Artfight recap video. Really annually. Had a lot of fun this year. Like I was at the point of tears because I was like, oh my god, I actually had a lot of fun this year. It could have been because I forced my best friend to also do it with me. Probably a really big part of it. But I feel like I just had such a great time. I feel like all of the artists that I interacted with were just so awesome and amazing. I got to draw a lot of really cool characters, and I'm already mourning it, and I'm already excited for the next Artfight season. Over, we can do a little recap, and you might be like, oh, why do you have your sketchbook in front of you? It's because the majority of attacks that I did was on, like, in my sketchbook. I did do digital attacks, and I will get into those a little bit later. First things first, I don't know if you could tell, but I was on Team Mystery, and this is the page that I made, because I wanted to make, like, a little title page. So this is what I did. So this was before Artfight had started, but they had just released the teams. And the reason why I went with Mystery, because I was really looking at Tragedy, to be honest. I just really like, my favorite color is blue. But the reason why I chose Mystery is because, well, I mean, my little guy here, Void, you know, I feel like he fit the theme really well. And I felt like out of the two that I put on Artfight this year, I felt like people would draw him the most. So I was like, oh, okay, like, let's go with Team Mystery. I feel like also a lot of people were choosing Team Comedy or Team Tragedy. So I was like, oh, well, if I do Team Mystery, like, I'm kind of rooting for the underdog a little bit. I mean, the results aren't out yet as of filming. I think even whenever this will be posted, I don't know if they're actually gonna come out with who won and everything. I don't think Team Mystery won this year, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, we can still pretend like we got in second place. But yeah, like during the before the event, I was like, okay, I really want to get into the spirit of Artfight. So I made this spread. I did some thumbnails for what I wanted, like, you know, my kind of opening page to look like, and I ended up really liking it, even though I don't usually use, like, actual acrylic paint. Ink, acrylic paint, I think that's it. I did also use this, like, there's, like, a glow-in-the-dark paint. You can kind of see, like, all of these, like, lighter areas. And I did write down, like, Artfight predictions, and originally it was just gonna be Comedy, Tragedy, and Mystery, but then I was like, no, let's be optimistic. So I'm gonna pretend for a little bit longer that we're gonna be in second, but I don't think so. I will say, just as a catch-all, every artist that I talk about is going to be in the description, both their Artfight, and any socials that they link in their Artfight, as well as if somebody else had, like, designed their OC or had made, like, any photos, I will try to remember to put that in there. I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna format that, but I'll probably do it by character, maybe, just so it's, like, easier. Yeah, and I will also have my own links in the description. So if you see any characters that you're like, oh, I want to draw that character next year, well, I mean, I do have their numbers and everything. I will also say, if I did get anybody's name pronunciation or username pronunciation wrong, I do apologize. Okay, yeah, so let's get started here. So this is my friend SulkingSoulKing's, I'll also put it on the screen as well, character Orpheus. And it's funny because this is actually the second attack that I did for Artfight, because I accidentally skipped this page. But yeah, all of my friend's characters are puppets, so he can't actually swim. But he has some very cool and interesting lore that I really liked. And I was like, oh, I just want to draw him because I feel like if I stick to, like, my friend, I'm gonna get really into the spirit. Obviously I did tech more people than just my bestie. But I was like, I gotta start out simple. And I don't want to like overthink it. So this is actually the first one that I did. This is also to my bestie. So this is Oberon, and Oberon's also a puppet, and I love Oberon. You're gonna see I made a lot of art. But I kind of stuck with this format of doing like thumbnails or like trying to figure out how to like draw the character in my style over here, and then I do like the finished piece here. So if you are any of the artists who I attacked, like traditionally anyways, yeah, you're gonna get a little bit of extra rough art over here. But yeah, he's a big science nerd, and I really like him. We have GAYLORD in all caps by FootLongDingleDong. And I was like, this is such a fun, simple shaped, well, maybe not simple shaped character, but like a simple character that I felt like I could like be more comfortable drawing, especially because it was somebody that I didn't know. Really cute character, and I really like the drawings that I did over here. I kind of wish I captured this like sketch. I don't know if you can see it. I wish I captured the energy of this one here, but I still really like this one, and I love the way that the the whipped cream looks, and there's a little strawberry. I know it's like a really small plate, but I thought that would be funny. Next we have Star by hello. I don't even know. I listen, okay, I got performance anxiety. Very cool. I really wanted to draw their other OC that I forget the name of, but I was like, I really like Star, and I want to draw Star, and I feel like I could have captured the energy a little bit more, but I'm still really proud of this, and I really like, I love the design so much. It made me really happy to see it. Dandelion by ValBabyGlaggle. I feel like I said that weird. And I believe this is one of their sonas. I think that they have multiple, if I'm remembering correctly. But I was like, oh, it's so cute. Like, look at these. This is kind of similar to the ref image. And hopefully I've been remembering to put the ref image next to the actual drawings. But I was like, oh, I kind of want to draw like a scene a little bit, because I need to get better at backgrounds for sure. So I kind of did this where it's like Dandelion is looking at like the smaller version, and I just thought that was really cute. This is Aero from Spectrum the Third. A lot of people really liked this over on Blue Sky. And I really like it too. I think it's probably one of my favorites, even though it was kind of early on. I think that after I was done with this, I was like, oh my god, I actually love Artfight, and I'm going to risk having a lot of wrist pain, because I just want to draw everyone's characters, because everybody is so cool. And I really liked the design of this character. So I was like, I have to draw him, and I really like it. I wish that I did more like little windows, but I was like, I kind of don't want to like cover the character too much, so I didn't do that. But I was like, oh, I kind of want to do another like kind of like scene thing. But yeah, because I was like, I really gotta lock in. It's Chloe by Ellioss. I feel like I said that wrong. Gonna be so real. But yeah, this character is also so cute, and like the style is so different than mine, so I kind of like took some inspiration from that style into this when I was drawing it, like kind of what I did with a lot of these, to be honest. But Chloe was super cute, and I was like, oh, I like drawing like grassy hills. I don't know if you've noticed. So I was like, okay, cool, I can do like another scene, get more points. I just realized that I haven't been keeping score of all of the points that I've gotten. But you know, I think that they're gonna change whenever they do announce things, so I'm gonna wait for that, I guess. But yeah, super cute. And I kind of, it's like, I kind of wish that I would have colored a lot of these, because like I really like the colors that people used. I just love artists, man. They're so cool. This is Fairchild by AbstractKryptid. Another artist that I feel like we kind of had like a good back and forth for a little bit, which was cool. Yeah, scary little guy, but I was like, I really like his design. I like that he's the sun and he's kind of like weather themed. And that he's kind of meant to be sort of like a god that's a little scary. Um and I don't know, I just had like a lot of fun, and I was like trying to think of creative ways to like kind of have more points. So I was like, oh, maybe if I did like a headshot over here, like a close-up, like if this was like the news or something. I don't know. But yeah, I also feel like I'm really bad at clothes. But I really like the way that these turned out. And I really liked the overall outfit, so I think that's another reason why I was like, okay, I definitely gotta draw a Fairchild. And then this is Mako, by Mako the Goat. And I think in their description they were like, oh yeah, and if you want to, you can like make a new outfit. So that's kind of what I did here. So this is kind of like a very basic looking outfit, but I was like, oh, I kind of want like, you know, if it's gonna be like a shark theme, that's kind of the vibes that I was getting. So I had to do that. And then I also last minute realized that I kind of forgot to give her tail, her shark tail. But overall, I actually really like this page because I really like, I don't know, I really like these sharks kind of swimming in the background, and I also like the way that I drew the clothes, to be honest. Even though that's like really like not something that I'm like super comfortable with, but I also just felt like I really liked, man, I just really like when people make cool OCs. So I was like, I definitely gotta draw Mako for sure. This is Worm Wizard by, I'm gonna also butcher this, Pikiserra, maybe? Hopefully. And I think I'm trying to like remember the overall lore, but Worm Wizard likes worms, if you couldn't tell. And I think Worm Wizard was one of the first like characters for this season that I like bookmarked, because I was like, this is such like a fun design, and I just really wanted to draw like an old wizard guy. And I also just like the way that this turned out. I was trying something different by having some like hatching in the background to kind of like push those elements back. And I had to include some of the worms as well, which, oh freak, I don't remember the fandom, but I think that they just like turned characters into worms, and I was like, oh, that's so fun actually. And so I just thought that it would be kind of cute if they were like coming out of Worm Wizard's sleeve. And I was like debating on if I wanted to add like the pupils. I don't know if you can see the sketch. But then I was like, you know, like I usually don't add pupils to things. I usually don't add anything into the eye. So I just kept it like that, and I really like it. This is Ascension by Lixet Bird. I feel like I also pronounced that wrong. Very cool character, but I feel like I didn't do it enough justice. I really liked the ref sheet, or like the ref image that I was looking at. And like the pen that I was using just kept kind of like bugging out. I don't know if you can like kind of see how streaky it is here, but overall I still like it. And I was trying to go for like a side view, and I don't know why I did that, because that was really hard to draw. But you know what, I challenged myself, and I still think that it turned out really cute and really cool looking. And then this is Mika by Teelisteel, I believe is how you would pronounce that. Girl, I don't know. Very cute character. My pen ran out of ink, so I couldn't do like my usual bold outlines. But I was like, oh, I like this pose a lot. And the character was just so cute. It's just so cute. I was like, I need to actually draw right now. So this was like another character that I had bookmarked pretty early on. Because I would like bookmark characters and then I would like see other characters and then I would bookmark those too, or like I would just draw them for Artfight. You know, during the event, of course. But yeah, I was like, okay, you definitely need to be drawn. It's actually kind of a cool concept. So this is called an Openminder. It's like the concept of, you know, just like you know, open mind. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I kind of want to design my own little guys and just kind of like draw them. And I feel like I could have pushed the concept slightly more, but I don't know. I just really liked the vibes, and I liked the art was also really good. And I was like, yes, I need to draw this actually. This is another character by AbstractKryptid named Riles. This is actually a comfort Sona, I believe. I actually really like it. You know, I remember being so stressed out about it at the time, but like no, I really like it. I was like definitely struggling over here, but I feel like once I kind of started to just draw, I was like, okay, we're getting there. It's good. And they really liked it, so I'm happy. But yeah, again, I wish that like I had access to just put the color in because the colors were also so nice. I do draw Riles again in my digital stuff, but we're not there yet. Anyways, this is Nickle by Snoodles. Cute little guy, I will say. I like the flowers, and I liked the creatureiness, but like creature, but also cute and adorable. I don't know if I did Nickle right, but super cute. Really loved it. Zucchini by Narain. I hate trying to like read usernames, man. I don't know how people do it. Yeah, it's very cute. I think Zucchini was super cute, and I like putting cute characters and cute little poses. I just really liked them. So I was like, I need to draw. That's how I felt about every character I drew, to be completely honest. Yeah, I liked this one. This one looks super cute. I like that he's eating sort of cookie here. And I like this sort of, you know, rainbow. And then I drew the Slurpi, and I forgot to write down the username. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me? I believe it's Waslurpi. I think that's the username. I will have it up. But I decided to do something different. I was like, well, you know, I have a pink and green pen, and this character is green and pink. So what if I kind of just did that? And I do really like it, and I really like this drawing the most on this page. But I was like, well, it's such a like simple character that I kind of want to play around with this concept a little bit. So I did one of those design me NOCs for Shining Star 777. And I don't have like a name, but this was the OC that I had designed. Because I think that they had like multiple mood boards, and I kept seeing like fish, and there was one that I saw like, you know, fish bones and like jewelry and stuff like that. So that's kind of the vibe that I was kind of going for. But I was like, this is really cute. I like it. It's very fish themed that I like. There is like this like sketch that I did of this character looking very creepy. Oh my god. Sorry. This is Socks by Turtle, not turtle. Turtle, but not turtle. You know? Spelled differently. Anyways, this is Socks. And actually my bestie had made kind of like this mass attack where Socks was included. And I was like, oh, I really like Socks. So I also drew Socks. And I also had my highlighter. So I kind of like did some like little highlights and stuff. But yeah, I was like, oh, this is so cute. I really like the way that this turned out, and I did have my colored pencils with me. And honestly, I remember this day because after I had made this, no, I think it might have been the next one. Yeah. After I made the next one, my wrist hurt so bad that I had to take a break. Which is fine because, to be honest, I was going pretty crazy. It was the only thing I could think of. But yeah, socks, really cute. And I also realized that socks did not have enough art, so I do, again, like, I feel like sometimes I get it in one on the sketch, but then, like, here it's, like, not as, like, you know, cutesy, but I still really like it. I still like the colors as well. Even though my color pencils were limited. And then, of course, I had to draw Critter. I love Critter. And I was like, oh, you know what? I need to actually attack them this year. So of course, I'll just I don't know. I just went kind of crazy. I kept going over with colored pencils and hoping for the best. And this is also one of my favorite attacks. And I just really like it. I don't know how else I can, like, express myself here. But I was really struggling in the beginning. Oh my goodness, like, these faces are so scary. But yeah, I thought that it was very cute. Gominola by Legionistic, I think. I don't think that that's right, but we're gonna pretend like it is. It was also like such a cool character, and I wish that the colors did it justice because it's more like earthy. And I was like, oh, the concept of this character is so cool, and this character just looks so cool. I just really liked the character design, and I like this little guy, and just so much. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this simple because I did so many attacks. We're gonna get into my stats at the end of the video. But yeah, I was like, yes. I was like, yes. I have to draw this character. Here, I'll do like a close-up as well. This is kind of one that, this one and the next one, right? Yeah. This one and the next one, Artfight actually reposted on their Blue Sky, and so a lot of people saw it. But this is Valentine by Cranberry Bog Body. And I actually had the sketch done, but my wrist was hurting so bad. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna finish it. You know, like they followed me, but maybe they're not planning on actually attacking me yet. And then they freaking attacked me before I could finish this. And I was so like, I was like, no, I need to finish this before they attack me, because I know that they're planning on it, because they followed me. Very cool. Very cool. Really liked the design, and I definitely ran out of space here, but I was like, whatever. It's okay. It's gonna look really cool, actually. Yeah, really liked Valentine. Kind of also, like, had some struggles, but I think in the end it really, like, came together. So, and this is Lorelei by Kinuka, maybe? It was like a pastel goth based character, which I thought was really cute. And then I picked the pose, but then I was like, well, does it make sense for the dress to be posed like that? So, and in the description, as long as, like, you know, the clothes match the vibes, I was like, okay. So I kind of did more of like a crop top and shorts kind of a vibe. But this one was also reposted, and a lot of people liked it. So I was like, yippee! Because I actually really like it. I actually really like the way it turned out. I think I was definitely freaking out a little bit, because the pose itself was kind of hard to draw. And, like, I did it based off of memory, and I'm sure anybody who knows anything about anatomy could definitely tell. But I don't know, I still really like it, and I kind of like this pose. I kind of wish that it was just this, but, you know. But Lorelei was a lot of fun to draw, and I really liked the design as well. And this is Azula, I think, by Viking Grimlim. This is their Sona. And I kind of also did, like, you know, 2 different line art colors. And, like, the rough image, I kept, like, staring at it, and then I would click on a different one, and then I would stare at it some more. Because I was trying to see, like, try to figure out the hair situation. But I think that I got it. Maybe. But I thought that it was kind of like a funny thing, because this is kind of like, you know, they're Sona in their OC world, and they're kind of a god, and I was like, oh, they're calling to, you know, have less trauma, like, stop giving me so much trauma, because I feel like that's kind of like a thing, you know. So I kind of went with that for this one, and then I just thought that this would be so cool with, like, the multiple limbs. And then I felt like the space was kind of empty, so I added this, like, little version. And I just like the vibes. Like, I like these eyes, I like the stars, and I like the outfit. And I just liked this character a lot, to be honest. So, this Sona design, I should say. Very cool. And this is Hachi by Kita. XX Kita XX. Very cute. This is, I can't remember if it's a closed species or if it's an open species. That's not my realm of expertise, to be honest. But they are a comfort sore. So this right here, that's a mouth, by the way. Which I thought was really cool. And I was gonna play into that, but I was already struggling with, like, the proportions. I definitely like this one more. I think that this one's more, like, cutesy, and this one kind of, like, is a little bit more scary. But overall, I still really like this cute little design. And I was like, oh, it's, like, bee themed. I love bees. So yeah, I was like, this is so cute. I gotta draw it. So this is Corey by Taxidermy. I think it's 011. Sorry, I just really liked the art so much. And I started doing this with eyes. Because, you know, my OC Void has this kind of, like, eye shape. No, iris. This kind of style of eye. So I kind of started, like, leaning into that, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, actually, I really like that. And I was like, I really want to do, like, a really cool pose, but I couldn't think of anything, and I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely running out of steam, but I was like, I already wrote down Corey, and I gotta draw Corey, because I love her. Magical girl with, you know, lightning powers. Awesome. Already so cool. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to, like, see if I can do, like, monotone. And then it looked weird, so then I added the yellow, and then I felt like the background was mixing in. And so I feel like I could have done more. But again, I was dealing with, like, I was starting to kind of, like, you know, not want to draw as much. And my wrist hurt. But overall, loved Corey. Loved drawing Corey. And I was like, this is so cool, man. I love when people have cool OCs, okay? Alright. These last 2 in my sketchbook. So this is my friend's puppet Sona. We love SulkingSoulKing here. And so I was like, oh, you know, I have to put them in my freaking sketchbook. You know what? This one's my favorite. I really like this one. I like this one because I like the hand, and I think it's really funny. And I was gonna do something with the background, but I just didn't have anything with me at the time. I only had this pen, so unfortunately this is what we got. But yeah, I also really like this drawing up here. I think that's really funny. My final sketchbook attack, again, on my bestie. So I did all 3 of the characters. So we have, their puppet Sona, Oberon, and Orpheus. And they're a little puppet family, and I was like, that's so cute. I really like the way it turned out. I think it would just be better with color. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up coloring it. But yeah. So those are all of my sketchbook attacks. Which is really cool. And hold on. Let me count this real fast. So 27 attacks were done in this sketchbook. And I freaking love them all. Now it's time to talk about my digital attack. So the first attack that I did was on Oberon, and it's this little gif, and I really like it. I wish that I would have done a better job coloring him in, but I don't know, like, I think he's adorable, and I really like the animation. It's the only animation attack I did, but, it made me remember that I actually like digital art. And then the second one that I did was this one where I drew Oberon and Orpheus together, and I just think they're so cute. I really wanted to make something for my bestie with 2 of their favorite OCs, kind of like in this weird, with this like weird background. But I haven't done digital in so long, so it kind of looks weird, but I don't know. I also kind of really like the way it came out. And I just feel like they would be pals. I feel like they would be able to really talk to each other. So of course I did that. I kind of drew how I feel like they would interact when no one else is watching. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember this, but I literally was like talking about how much I just love Oberon, and I really wanted to draw him in so many different outfits. So this is the first one that I did. And I was trying to kind of go for like this chibi-esque style. Again, I'm not really good at drawing clothes, but I figured this would be a good challenge because Oberon's design is a little bit more simple. Not that that's like a bad thing or anything. But it did make it easier for me to draw multiple and different poses and in different outfits. So I have the classic outfit over on the left, and then I did kind of more of like a lightning one because I felt like, that one felt very energetic. And then I did one where he's kind of like running late, or maybe he like forgot his little lab coat or something. And then I couldn't think of what to do for the last one, so I was like, "Hey, can I dress Oberon in like a magical girl kind of outfit?" And they were like, "Yeah, do it." So I did. And I think it's so cute. And then I struggle with the background. I never know how to do like a good digital art background. I mean, I guess I could have left it gray, but like I kind of wanted more points, so I just kind of went for it. But I don't know, like I feel like it works. I like the space theme, and I think it was really cute. So this is the second one that I did with Oberon in various outfits. I did decide to see if I could draw him in, um, I guess like, just various outfits. So I did do the classic one again, just because I was like, I couldn't think of that many, to be honest, but I liked all the poses. Um, But I think my favorite one on this is the pajama one. I don't know. I think it just turned out so cute, and I want it as a sticker so bad. It's so cute. And I also like the flower one. I think the flower one's cute.
But then I did like sort of like a if he was like a regular teacher kind of an outfit. Um, the snail one, I just really liked the pose. I thought it was kind of fun. And then I was like, oh, but what if he's kind of like a more of a casual outfit? And I figured that the workout outfit would also be kind of a fun idea. Um, just because I don't know, like in my head, even though yeah, he's like a puppet, he's not, like a character in the traditional sense, if that makes sense. Um, like yes and no. Like he would be a 3D. Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter. Um I was like, "Oh, it would be so funny if like he kind of had this whole thing where he, you know, works out, but it's like the fun like 80s kind of like workout attire, but also like not, But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, honestly. And again, I struggled with the background and I just kept futzing with things until I felt like it looked nice. Yeah. So this is Holloway by Cinderkit, who actually was one of my biggest inspirations when I first started drawing. Um and when I saw that they were doing Artfight this year, I got so excited. And I was gonna do a sketchbook attack, um, for a different character. Um, but I got really carried away with this one. I was really like enjoying digital art again. So I really wanted to kind of like lean into the kind of weird core uh kind of vibes of Holloway. There wasn't a whole lot of lore provided. It was just kind of like one ref image that I will also obviously put on the screen. Um, but I really liked the vibes. I loved the color scheme as well, like the blues, um, in the background. But like the character design was just so like interesting to me. I liked the dissection of the tail and that the inside looked like meat, and I think um Syndicate had also said like, oh yeah, you can make that like into the void or any kind of like weird core esque like thing. But I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with adding these like little elements here and there. Um I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. Okay, so this is Keegan. And the artist freak. Okay, I'm trying to remember their name, but also I don't remember how it's pronounced. I'll put it on screen. Um, so this is Keegan, and I loved the design. Oh my goodness, the art was incredible. The design is incredible, and I just had so much fun. There was like, I don't know, like every aspect from sketch to full render where I was just like having a lot of fun with art. Um, and I'm just like listening to YouTube videos and such, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom. Look at how cool and amazing this is. Um, but yeah, I don't know. There's just like it was just like a lot of inspiration, and then I was also trying things that I had seen other digital artists do, like the kind of like fade from some of the other elements. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just had a lot of fun. Okay, so I think that this artist name is Luvion, but I feel like that's wrong. So I'll put it on the screen. As for the actual character's name, girl, I'm not trying that. Um, oops. But I liked the idea of a character being trapped in a 3DS. Um, and I ran with it. I liked because like if I did this traditionally, I wouldn't have gotten the result that I wanted because I think the digital aspect of digital art really worked for this character. But I really enjoyed the I don't know, just like the kind of like creepiness to it, but also kind of like the um just like the design and like the texture from like the ref image that I was using was amazing. And so I let that really inspire this attack, and I think it's so cool. And I just love artists. But this artist actually attacked me out of nowhere. So when I was looking through the profile, I was like, "Oh my god, there's so many amazing cool characters here." And I definitely think that I'm gonna attack them definitely for next year because I just oh my god. But I really this might be one of my absolute favorites for my digital attacks. So yeah. Okay, so this is Cider from Sukulime. I don't know if that's how you pronounce their username. Um, I liked this character's design a lot. I liked the colors, and I love this person's art so much. I love the use of posing, and I loved sort of like the beachy vibes that they carry throughout their art. Um, and so I don't really think that I did great poses, unfortunately, but I still really like the way that it turned out. Because I kind of found kind of a rendering style that I thought looked really nice, where I kind of used the airbrush for both light and dark, and then kind of went in with like I don't know, like little highlights and little shadows. I don't know if it would be like cell shading. Um, but I don't know. I just thought that it looked really nice, and just I love the character so much. Um, and I was gonna draw more of their characters, and then I never did, and I'm still sad. Okay, so this is the last digital art piece that I did, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to work on perspective, and I think you can tell that I don't know what I'm doing. But I wanted to make like a little cafe scene where, maybe it's like, Void's Cafe or whatever. I think I called it like the Hub Cafe or something, because of my username. And I feel like you can't really see all of the characters. But obviously I have my friends Puppet Sona and Oberon kind of like in the front. I have Riles looking in, and then I have Pudge, who is from Syndicate, and then I have Cider, from my last attack, and then oh my gosh, what is his name? Ooh, I have another Luvion. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Character in the back, and then obviously I have Void carrying drinks. Okay, so originally I was going to also add all of my defenses that I got. But upon further reflection, I didn't quite get like permission from everybody, and I was just like so consumed with the fact that so many people wanted to draw my characters. So instead, I've decided to not do that. But I guess if you want to see any of them, you can go to my Artfight profile. I got a lot of really cool defenses, and if you did draw any of my characters, I just want to say thank you so much. Genuinely, I think I cried throughout Artfight a lot because I was like, this is so cool. I freaking love art, man. It's so awesome. So I just want to say a very quick thank you to everybody who did take the time to draw my characters. Even if it was just revenges, like I still think that that's awesome, and I'm so happy. Um, okay, thank you. Um,
Okay, so I have my battle stats here. Ignore this. This was personal art that I drew during our fight. But my 2026 battle stats, I ended with a 69.9 battle ratio. And before they, mess around with the points and like look at everything, I have 2,694 points. I did 38 attacks in total, 0 friendly fire, 17 people attacked me, and all of the achievements that I earned is the 35 attacks achievement, Team Mystery, and Mystery Loyalty. I'm assuming that, they're doing that again this year. And I hope if you are planning on doing Artfight next year, maybe you didn't get to this year, or maybe you were like too scared, freaking do it. If you attack me, there's a very high likelihood that I will attack you back, because I think that the best way to thank somebody for drawing your character is to do a revenge. Obviously, you don't have to. There's no pressure if I attack somebody. I'm not asking for revenge, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I feel like I want to, because I think it's like a really good way to thank somebody. And I hope that if you do plan on joining next year, that you will, attack me, my friend, attack the artist mentioned in this video, and I hope that you have a good day, and, go Team Mystery. I will fight for you until the day I die. Even though they're gonna change the teams up next year, but, yeah. Okay, bye.